Breaking news, shaking North American trade relations. President Trump has unleashed a tariff tornado, imposing a 25% duty on steel imports along with new aluminum taxes, sending shockwaves through international markets. In a stunning development, Trump suggested Canada should become America's 51st state. The president claims Canada loses $200 billion annually in trade with the U.S., proposing a complete merger as the solution. The situation involves over $550 billion in American goods flowing to the EU and Canada yearly. With these new tariffs, we're seeing potential for major economic changes. Trump also questioned why America provides military protection to Canada without adequate compensation, igniting controversy across the border. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau swiftly condemned Trump's statements as an affront to the historic partnership between the nations. The reaction in Canada has been fierce, with leaders from all parties united in opposition. The Canadian political establishment has formed a unified front of resistance. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh proposed retaliatory measures, including a 100% tariff on certain American goods. This is more than a trade dispute. It's a fundamental challenge to the relationship between two close allies. The implications could reshape North American economic and political dynamics for generations. To illustrate, imagine your neighbor suggesting you should sell your house and move in with them. That's what's happening here on a national scale. The key question: how will this controversial proposal affect the already strained trade negotiations between these long-standing partners? We'll continue monitoring this unprecedented diplomatic situation as it unfolds. In a dramatic escalation of trade tensions, Canadian leaders are mounting a unified response to President Trump's proposed 25% steel tariffs and controversial remarks about Canadian sovereignty. The response includes economic measures and diplomatic actions. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh has proposed $10,000 rebates for Canadian-made electric vehicles. This move challenges Tesla CEO Elon Musk, a Trump supporter, while aiming to strengthen Canada's domestic manufacturing. "We need to build our own capacity and reduce dependence on U.S. imports," Singh stated. Stéphane Dion, Canada's ambassador to France, delivered a rebuke to Trump's remarks, calling them a violation of international norms. Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne emphasized the importance of Canadian materials in U.S. defense and automotive sectors. "Canadian steel and aluminum are integral to North American security and manufacturing," Champagne asserted. Catherine Cobden, heading the Canadian Steel Producers Association, warned of disastrous consequences from the tariffs. She called for retaliatory measures if the U.S. proceeds without Canadian exemptions. The issue has become a debate about national security and Arctic defense. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has proposed strengthening Canada's Arctic presence, viewing the dispute as a sovereignty challenge. "This isn't just about tariffs anymore," Poilievre declared. "It's about Canada's position as an independent nation." The unified response from Canada's political spectrum suggests a watershed moment in Canada-US relations, with implications beyond trade policy. As tensions mount, observers note this could mark a shift in North American economic dynamics. Industry experts suggest this confrontation could accelerate Canada's efforts to diversify trade relationships, particularly with European partners, while reinforcing its sovereign position. In a significant escalation of North American defense and trade tensions, recent developments highlight growing concerns about Arctic security and international trade relations. Canadian officials are advancing a robust Arctic defense strategy, including doubling Inuit Rangers and expanding the icebreaker fleet, responding to increased Russian military presence. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has emerged as a vocal critic of U.S. tariffs, calling them unjustified, unfair, and illegal. Ford promotes a resource-based North American trade alliance, emphasizing critical minerals and oil cooperation instead of tariff disputes. His approach aims to strengthen the economic partnership between both nations. The European Union's response has been equally forceful. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen warned that the EU would take decisive action to protect its economic interests, ready to implement protective measures for European businesses and workers. French President Emmanuel Macron has joined European leaders opposing the tariffs. He highlighted potential negative impacts on both sides, noting how American consumers might face higher prices for European goods. Macron suggested that China should be a more pressing concern for U.S. trade policy. French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian recalled the 2018 trade dispute when U.S. tariffs prompted European retaliation. The EU's countermeasures targeted politically sensitive U.S. products, including bourbon whiskey, Florida orange juice, and motorcycles. As Germany signals readiness to participate in potential countermeasures, the situation could evolve into a broader trade conflict. The EU's ability to implement targeted retaliatory measures suggests that new trade restrictions could face similar responses, impacting specific U.S. industries and regions. This escalating situation reflects growing tension in international trade relations, with traditional allies increasingly at odds over economic policy and strategic priorities. In a dramatic shift in global trade dynamics, the European Union has unveiled a powerful new anti-coercion instrument, strengthening its ability to counter U.S. tariffs. This development marks a watershed moment in transatlantic relations, with Europe demonstrating its readiness to deploy sophisticated countermeasures beyond traditional tariff responses. The EU's new arsenal includes the ability to block American companies from participating in major European public contracts, a move that could severely impact U.S. business interests. European regulators can impose stricter compliance requirements and harsher penalties on U.S. companies operating within EU borders. Tech giants like Apple, Google, and Netflix could face unprecedented barriers in one of their most profitable markets. The EU's strategy extends beyond tech, targeting American pharmaceutical companies, agricultural exporters, and chemical industries through new regulatory hurdles and market restrictions. Meanwhile, Canada is strategically positioning itself in this trade landscape. The nation is strengthening its economic partnership with the EU through the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement, CETA, reducing its dependence on U.S. markets. This move comes as a response to Washington's unpredictable trade policies. The Canada-EU collaboration focuses on critical raw materials, essential for clean energy technologies. With Canada's abundant mineral resources and Europe's growing demand for reliable supply chains in electric vehicle and renewable energy sectors, both parties see this partnership as beneficial. This realignment reflects a broader shift in global economic power dynamics. The EU's willingness to implement retaliatory measures, combined with Canada's pivot toward European markets, signals a challenge to U.S. trade dominance. The international business community watches closely as these changes reshape global commerce. Breaking news: Canada and the European Union are taking their partnership to new heights, extending beyond traditional trade agreements. Both regions are implementing initiatives for seamless professional mobility, allowing architects, engineers, and skilled professionals to work across the Atlantic, creating new opportunities for career growth and innovation. This move comes as tensions with the United States rise following President Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs. The 25% steel tariff has impacted global markets, pushing allies to seek new partnerships. For Canada, this European pivot represents economic diversification and strategic independence. Canadian officials are working to reduce U.S. market dependence, viewing Europe as a stable, long-term partner. The European Union sees this as a key opportunity. With access to Canada's critical mineral resources and stable economy, the EU is positioning itself for long-term economic security. This partnership is unique in its comprehensive approach, focusing on human capital and professional expertise exchange, creating an integrated economic alliance. Industry experts suggest this could mark a major shift in global economic relationships. As the U.S. maintains protectionist policies, new economic blocs are forming that could alter international trade dynamics. For professionals in both regions, this means expanded career opportunities and market access. The initiative benefits technical and professional fields, where cross-border collaboration drives innovation and growth. This situation shows how global trade relationships adapt to political pressures and economic necessities. More updates to follow on this developing story.